second. Good morning, everyone. We welcome you to the first day of the webinar series Let's Talk Linguistics, organized by the Department of Linguistics, University of Calcutta. Department of Linguistics has a great legacy continuing more than a century, and many eminent personalities have been a part of this department, such as Professor Mohammad Shahidullah, Harinath Dey, Sumi Chatterjee, Sukumar Sen, and many more to talk about. So today we all have gathered here in this social platform to talk about linguistics as a subject, as a career, and as an experience as a whole. Now, this is going to be a 3-day interactive web session. Different speakers from different careers concerning linguistics will be presiding over the sessions. We will discuss a wide variety of scopes. I would like to address our audience who's watching us over the YouTube channel. You all know that we are a linguistic podcast, and we are going to be covering a wide variety of subjects in this podcast. Speaker Ms. Soumi Banerjee, who is a language investigator in Language Division, Office of the Registrar General of India. Mrs. Sucharita Chakraborty, Language Officer, Language Division, Office of the Registrar General of India. And lastly, Mr. Rajib Chakraborty, Linguist, Society of Natural Language Technology Research, Calcutta. We would begin with this, and Arundhati, I would ask you to take over from here.
Thank you, Aninita, for this introduction. Now, we would like to start our today's talk. Firstly, I would request our speakers to please on your audios and videos so that we could start. Okay, let's welcome our speakers once again. Thank you all for being with us. So let's start today's discussion. So as you all know, we have gathered here to talk about linguistics today and all the scopes and prospects of linguistics. So at the very beginning of our today's talk, I would like to ask all our speakers, as all of them are from linguistic background, why did you all choose the subject at first to be the student of linguistics? What can be the reasons or the story behind this? Would you like to share with us?
So, may I start?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, very good morning and happy new year to all the participants and all my colleagues and teachers. Actually, to be very frank, um, prior to admission to our department, I had no knowledge regarding linguistics. So, that was just by chance I got admitted there. But when the classes start, then I could understand that this is something which is of my interest. Like when this basic features of language, these design features of language, those things were in the beginning classes, in first two classes, those things were only discussed. Then I found that this is so much interesting. Day and night I am using these things, but unaware of these facts. And the most fascinating fact was for me was this language acquisition and language learning. The way when we start to learn a new language, we have to memorize so many rules, so many factors. But when we naturally acquire one language, how easily we can do that, and so that was one striking factor. And then again, when in second year we have social linguistics, there the relation between society and language, how the linguistic factors are correlated with this social variables, age, sex, and all those things. So many and all the this basic how we analyze language, this phonology, morphology, syntax, these basic things. These were very much fascinating, and most important part was that everything which we are using in daily life, that thing we through this linguistics, I can analyze those things, what I am doing. So that was the most turning point, and then I decided, no, I love this subject, and I would like to do something with this only. So in that way, the journey started. So prior to admission, I had no knowledge of it, but thankfully I got admitted there. Yes.
Now I would like to ask the same question to Sucharita madam. Would you please like to answer?
Acha, Arundhati, you can call me by Sucharita D only.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
And while talking, I will mix Bangla and Ingreji
Sure.
while talking. Acha, as the same thing applies in my case also. It was by mere chance that I got admitted into linguistics. I had no knowledge of the subject before getting an admission into MA Linguistics in the University of Calcutta. Actually, I did not get a chance in MA English, and I got admitted to MA Linguistics. And then gradually, when ক্লাস যখন শুরু হলো আর যখন টিচাররা পড়াতে আরম্ভ করলেন তখন gradually I developed an interest in the subject, and this scientific bend in the subject, the scientific way of studying the language and the sub-disciplines, especially phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, everything, it had an kind of an appeal to me. And so after completing the course in MA Linguistics, I decided to pursue this subject matter only and not switch over to MA English or anything else. So,
Thank you so much, Sucharita ji. Now I would like to ask the same question to Rajib sir.
Arundhati, don't call me Rajib sir. I'm not your sir. I never taught you, and probably I'll never teach you in future. So don't call me sir. Call me Rajib da. At the very outset, I would like to thank you all for inviting me here. Calcutta University and Department of Linguistics being my alma mater, I feel extremely grateful and thankful to you to be a part of this program. I started my career in linguistics in 1993 as an undergraduate student in Sanskrit College. So for the last 27 years, I have been a student of linguistics. I'm not a linguist. I'm still a student of linguistics, like you all. So I can share my experience with you. First and foremost thing I'd like to mention here is that I didn't come to study linguistics as a matter of chance. From the very beginning of my life, I had infatuation for language and literature. So I planned to study something which is related to language and literature. And I was born in such a social, social environment where I was exposed to many dialects of Bangla, many regional languages and many dialects of Bangla. So I decided to study language to understand deeply these phenomena, how languages differ from each other. So all these things. So one of my teachers from my school days, Vishwanath Sengupta, he actually initiated me in linguistics. When I was a student of in the secondary level, he introduced me to IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. While I all along I have been a student of Bangla medium, so I had to learn English with special care. And what he did, he actually introduced me to the IPA characters, how to master English pronunciation. So those things really fascinated me. And he really inspired me to take linguistics as a subject of study. So hence I came here.
Thank you, Rajib da. That was really great that you had such a great teachers with you, and I'm sure all of us.
Yeah, actually, in the linguistics department, I had the privilege of having great personalities as our teachers, like Shotur Babu was there, Shotoranjan Bandyopadhyay, Professor Shotoranjan Bandyopadhyay, Subhadra Babu was there, Krishna Di, she was a wonderful teacher. Meena Di, I have been a student of Meena Di for almost 6 years. At undergraduate level, she taught me. She was in Sanskrit college at that time. And when I came to university, she came there as a professor. So I had the opportunity to study under her guidance for 6 long years. And Obijita was, I was his first batch student. And I must say that I am really thankful for having him as my teacher. He was a wonderful teacher, Abhijita. So I owe them my life, my career, everything.
Yes, we all are very privileged that we have such great teachers. So now moving on to our next question. This question is specially for Soumi Di and Sucharita Di, as they have come from English background. And as they said that they were not very aware of the subject before coming or joining the department. So what type of changes or maybe difficulties did you face? Because you shifted from literature to language. This is quite different. So would you like to say something about that?
What kind of difficulties I faced?
Yes, difficulties, or maybe it can be something pleasurable also. We don't know if it's not needed to face difficulties in that sense, but what kind of a changes mainly, from literature to language? What kind of a major change did you face?
First, I can say that in undergraduate level, when I was studying in English literature, there, so our basically for understanding that literature, like we had to study novels, poetries, and this kind of stuff. But when we are coming to linguistics, that is not that much. It has some scientific basis kind of thing. It's not like literature, like it's a story or poetry like that. So that basic approach was different to the subject. So like I have seen that many of my friends were saying that, oh, this is so much rough kind of subject. It's not like it's not in the that much lucidity is not there. So they were not much interested to linguistics. But I had always this fascination for grammar and how the rules are formed and how we understand these things, how this regarding these factors of language. So that's why I felt it interesting. And for me, it was not a very trouble. Actually, as I was liking this subject, it was not much trouble.
Okay. And Sucharita Di?
I won't say that there were difficulties, but since at the very initial stage I got transferred from English literature. I was a student basically of English literature. So at the very beginning, it was different. The subject looked different to me, but the teachers taught from the very basic level in the MA classes. So I faced no difficulties, but since I did not get a chance into MA English, so there were lots of frustrations like all of us may be facing at the very initial stages. So overall, it has been a journey from frustration to some kind of enlightenment. So, I would like to thank all our respected teachers who made the subject so very easy and appealing to us. And this process of segmentation of languages into phonemes and as I said earlier, also the scientific outlook to look at languages, and by means of which we can look at languages beyond our mother tongue, Bengali and Ingreji also, and other languages. It was in some respect appealing and fascinating. So there were I won't say there were difficulties, but as I say, one from frustration to enlightenment.
Thank you, Sucharita Di. Now, I would like to ask Rajib Da, as we know, as he already said to us that he was a student of linguistics from very beginning of his graduation. So, of course, he didn't face such kind of a change. But have you seen such classmates that who have shifted from English to literature? From literature to linguistics in their masters, and did you feel something like among your friends? Have you would you like to share anything about that?
Most of my classmates were from either from English or from Bangla. So initially, I won't say that they face some difficulty or they were afraid of taking linguistics as their subject of study, but they actually it was a kind of shift from a certain discipline to another discipline, and shift of their outlook towards language, looking at it from a different point of view. So that didn't create problem, but that was a challenge for them to address it in their own way. So most of my classmates from other disciplines are well placed as linguists, except me. So that speaks about it.
Okay, thank you, Rajita. Okay, I think due to some network problem at the very beginning when Anindita was giving introduction, there was some kind of a problem, I guess. So, for the audience, we would like to present our introduction once again. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Welcome all the dignitaries and our fellow audience to this interactive session, Let's Talk Linguistics, organized by Department of Linguistics, University of Calcutta. Department of Linguistics has a great legacy continuing more than a century, and many eminent personalities such as Professor Mohammad Shahidullah, Hiranath Desh, Suniti Kumar Chatterjee, Shukumar Sen, and many more have walked down the halls of this great department. Today, we have gathered in this special platform to focus on linguistics as a subject and to talk about the perspectives and scopes of this subject. We are conducting 3 days of these interactive sessions about different topic each day. Today's topic is working in public sectors, and you are watching us on YouTube channel. And please leave your valuable comments and questions in the comment section below. Now, I would like to introduce our respected guests here. First, we have with us Ms. Soumi Chakraborty, Language Investigator, Language Division, uh, Government of India. Then we have Ms. Sucharita Chakraborty, Language Research Officer, Language Division, Government of India. And now we have Mr. Rajib Chakraborty, Linguist, Society for Natural Language Technology, Kolkata. Welcome you all, and now we should continue our talk once again.
I would like to interrupt you. You said Hiranath Day. It should be Horinath Day.
Okay, sorry, my mistake. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I think we should go to our next question. Okay, so the next question I would like to ask all of you is your journey from a student of linguistics to the uh, important positions you are holding now. So, would you like to share your journey with us, with our audience? Show me the.
Yeah. After this passing this master exam, first few months within this past few months I assisted Tracy Nagel, who was doing her PhD from Indiana University. She was doing some research on Bengali phonology, and she was doing some study on children below from 4 to 6 age. So I was along with my friend Paulomi. I was assisting her in a data collection process. So that was first kind of field experience for me. And after that, I got job in ISI, Indian Statistical Institute. There, this linguistic research unit, and our project was regarding WordNet, Bengali WordNet. The WordNet, this main project was hosted at IIT Bombay, and the Bengali part was being done in ISI. So there, mainly my job was as a junior linguist. My job was to already Hindi WordNet was already prepared. So my job was to translate those scene set and I don't know whether you are acquainted with the concept of WordNet. There we provide this scene set and synonyms, gloss, and one example sentence. So that were already done in Hindi. So our job was to translate those things in Bengali, and what kind of problems we were facing at that time writing, assisting our this project coordinator, Sir Dr. Niladri Shikhar Das, that what kind of problem we are facing, and those papers were presented in different workshops. And so that was the first job I had. So after that, after ISI, I cleared NET with JRF, and with that I started to work on my PhD at University of Calcutta under the guidance of Dr. Aditi Ghosh. But my PhD was not completed. I did some wrote on one paper, and some research works were done, but it was not completed. And then this job where I am presently I'm working, I got this job at the language division. This here, and if you ask about the journey, this is the institutions I went through, and so you do like to know what we do here, or it will be
Yes, we would come to that later. Okay, so now I would like to ask the same question to Sucharita.
After I completed my master's in linguistics in 2003, I used to visit the department for getting documents attested, and as many of you may be doing. So I used to get chance in workshops. Like the first workshop on Bangla online was immediately after I passed my master's in 2003. In February, I went to CIIL, but my first contractual post in linguistics was in a project entitled that the Language User and Attitude, a Socio-Linguistic Survey of Non-Bengalis in Kolkata, of which Professor Aditi Ghosh was the principal investigator in 2007. If you want to know between 2003 and 2007 what I did, I would like to say that it came to my mind that I may have to switch over to English once again and start teaching English in some of these schools. So I did B.Ed in 2005. In 2005, I got admitted to B.Ed. I completed the B.Ed course in 2000 till 2006-07, and then after going to the interview for these projects, I got a chance to work in this project. So that was the first chance I got to work in a project on sociolinguistics. So from 2007 to 2009, I worked in Aditi's project. From where I went to IIT Kharagpur in Computer Science and Engineering Department in a CIIL sponsored project named the Bangla Tree Bank. And from there, basing on the experiences, I got a chance to work as an investigator language in the Office of the Registrar General India Language Division in 2010. This is the journey in a nutshell.
Okay, thank you, Sucharita Di. Now I would like to ask the same question to Rajib Da. Would you like to share your experiences with us?
See, when I passed masters, I hardly knew what to do and how to do. In our time, there were not many avenues open. the situation was quite bleak. So one day I was preparing, not preparing, I just working in the library. And by chance, I went to the department. My teacher, Professor Mrinal Kantinath, he called me and said, "চাকরি করবে?" I said, "Sir, চাকরি পাওয়া যায় নাকি?" যে না পাওয়া যায় না, কিন্তু করবে কিনা বলো। আমি বললাম নিশ্চয়ই করবো, CV দেবো একটা। So that time I came to know the term CV. What is CV? I didn't know till that time. So I knew that curriculum vitae is a thing that one needs to prepare. So I prepared a curriculum vitae and sent it to the director CIIL, Professor Uday Narayan Singh. I was called for an interview, and I got selected. I started my career as a linguist in Central Institute of Indian Languages, the premier language institute of India. So that was the chance I got, and it changed my life, way of thinking, the course of life, whatever you can say. So there, Sucharita was telling that she went to attend one workshop for Bangla online course. So I was initially in that program, Bangla online program. I designed one of the participants who designed the course. Along with me, there were other people also. So from there, I shifted to the phonetics unit. I started working in experimental phonetics. The CIL had the best phonetics lab in India. We had at that time we had a hardware software version of uh, K speech lab, computerized speech lab, CSL, computerized speech lab. So there was no one to teach me, to train me how to use that. So I had to learn it on my own. I mastered it on my own. So that was the hurdle I faced, and that was the opportunity I got there. So I had to learn it on my own. So that helped me a lot, really. So from there, after working there for 2 years, I went for a field work in uh, Himachal Pradesh. A hands-on experience I had. I worked on Tinani and Chinali, two Himachali languages, for almost 2 months. We came back to the lab, CIL lab, recorded their speech, we analyzed their speech, and worked on those languages. So I had uh, first-hand experience in experimental phonetics, in field linguistics, and use of technology in linguistics. How to make use of technology, how to avail the facilities of technology in linguistics. So till 2004, I joined CIL in 2001, March, and I came back to Kolkata in 2004, March 2004, March. 3 years I was there. I joined Netaji Subhash Open University as a course coordinator for Bangla online course. That course which was developed by CIIL. I initially worked for them. So in Netaji Subhash Open University, I worked for 6.5 years. Then I shifted to join this Society for Natural Language Technology Research in 2010, September. From 2010 September to 2015 March, I worked there. Then again in 2015 March or April, I joined Center for Endangered Languages, CFEL, Vishabharati. And I worked there for 2 years, resigned, and again came back to SNLTR. And now I am in SNLTR for the last 4 years. So that is my journey, as you said.
Thank you, Rajib. Thank you all the speakers for sharing their experiences. Now, my next question would be that all of you are very experienced professionals. So, when you all were students of linguistics and then you entered a new world where you have to work and learn the practicalities of the subject, because we kind of learn the theory in the masters or in the university level. So what were the changes, the changes from being a student and then being a working professional at the very beginning? Show me.
If I say about my work experience, it was mainly started from this. I told you that I participated in Tracy Nagel's her interview process. So there, it was the first hands-on experience for me. So there, she was it was mainly for phonological for her phonological some studies, but what made me what was of my interest is that I found out some sociolinguistic points in that study. If I say explicitly, she was interviewing uh, some photos she was showing of little vegetables or insects or anything, and she was asking children to say it in your mother tongue. What do you call it? But most of the children, they are Bengali speaking children, but they were saying it in English, not in Bengali. But when repeatedly we were asking them that don't you know the Bengali term for this? That this is alu, this is a bindi. Don't you know that? Then they were telling, no, we know that, but we can't say in that way, na? Because when somebody is asking, we should speak in English. So that was first triggering point. I thought, no, see, this is so much interesting. They are only 4 to 6 year old, but they have this much idea when some outsider is asking about that term. It's not that she was taking the interviews. We were only taking the interviews. It's not that we are Bengali speaking. We are speaking in Bengali with everybody. Still, they were saying in English. So that was first field experience. That was interesting. And then when we started to work in this ISI, the project was this about WordNet. So first we got to know that how this how the in our country this language technology is evolving, how people are working on languages. Earlier we had no knowledge regarding that. So there so many things are already prepared. We had no idea about that. This at that time Hindi WordNet was already prepared, and how this if you understand the concept of WordNet, there we work on synonyms, right? Synonyms that denote the same concept and interchangeable in many in other context also. So those in WordNet main thing was this synonyms, this synset preparation. So that was already done, and we were just only translating those things into Bengali. So and we through this process we attended many workshops in IIT Bombay and different other universities, Goa University and all. There people were those who are coming from computational background. They are mainly computer scientists. So we got to know that yes, these many works are going on, and we are there to supply data to them. The main work is done by them, but we are supplying data to for this input thing. So those things we got to know. And then later in ISI also we had some field experience in Giridih, because we collected some study on language attitude of some Kota speakers. So that was also another kind of experience. And then again, when after this joining this office, this census office, so this is this whole India's linguistic situation. we slowly, I'm still learning, slowly started to learn that this is the situation, this many languages are spoken, and from this many in census this many entries do come, and from there how by this rationalization and classification of mother tongues are done, and through that some list is prepared, some systematic presentation of this census data, how we do it. Those things I got to learn here. And then we have some, we have to go to field and collect data, and that is also first hand kind of experience, how this through this questionnaire data is collected, and what kind of difficulties you face during collection of data. And those things we don't learn in textbooks, only through hands-on experience you can get to know about those things. So that's it, I'm still learning. Hope this
Thank you
process
so
might.
much. Thank you so much. Now we will go to Sucharita Di with the same question.
As you said, and as also Soumi said, that there is always a difference between theory and practice. This, while going, once you get into the field and once you begin your jobs, one has to learn on one's own how to put theory into practice, or how to go beyond the theories and work in the field. Like, for example, this I'm afraid to talk of, rather, this Rajbongshi case in West Bengal. If you say, should it be considered as a dialect or mother tongue of Bengali, or it should not be, there are, other than language internal factors, so many other factors to be taken into consideration, that once you are into the field or experienced, only you will be able to make very experienced comments, or get into a decision. So likewise, if you tell how I put my theories which I learned in the classroom into practice, like we learn things like language shifts and maintenance in sociolinguistics, but these can't be learned really in the classroom. Once I got into these projects, like we used to survey some Tamil speakers in Kolkata, some Malayali speakers in Kolkata. There you find that people, due to their continued existence in Kolkata, like the wife, maybe she's from Tamil Nadu and she has come at a very later stage, so she knows how to read and write in Bengali. But her husband, being a resident of Kolkata from early childhood, though he can understand and speak Tamil, but has forgotten to write in and read in Tamil, and nobody has taught him either, and has not felt the need to do so. So there may be, in his case, in certain cases, there may be a shift. So these are cases which instances in which um, I have experienced and applied theories into practice. So
Okay. Thank you, Sucharita Di. Rajibda, would you like to please share your experience?
See, as a student, I had a chance to study linguistics theoretically. And when I went to CIIL, I got a chance to know it from the practical point of view. So I had the opportunity of meeting so many people from different linguistic backgrounds. From over the world, there used to come many scholars, many stalwarts of linguistics. So I had a chance to meet them. I met Rajendra Singh quite uh, often there. Kalicharan Behel I met there. So many, in fact. Shiv Shankar Joshi, so many persons. Prabal Dasgupta, I met him for the first time in CII, Gautam Sengupta. And we had a chance to explore new fields, new areas, new paths. So that gave me a chance to know linguistics from a practical point of view. And I attended a global WordNet conference, what Soumi was talking about. She worked in WordNet. I had the chance to attend the first global WordNet conference for 3 days in CII. I had the chance to work for Uppsala University, Sweden, in a project called project for endangered languages of Himachal Pradesh. So these gave me a real uh, opportunity to explore new fields, new ideas. And my stint in phonetics lab for 3 years really helped me a lot. How to develop, how to study a thing which I do not know, how to study something anew, afresh. So that was quite challenging, and that gave me real pleasure to master something which I didn't know. And after coming to joining Netaji Subhash Open University, I had newer challenges. So how to promote online language program in open and distance learning mode. That was a real challenge. At that time, in 2004, 6, 7, online programs were not that uh, what to say, that in vogue in that at the time. So we had to uh, plan that in uh, keeping in view those challenges. And after coming to Society for Natural Language Technology Research, SNLTR, I had a chance to talk to or exchange ideas with so many other disciplines, from people from computer science, people from electrical engineering, people from other disciplines. So that gave me also a chance to learn more or explore new things. I from see I have been a student of historical linguistics. My seventh and eighth papers were Greek and Gothic. So you can understand that I was far from studying technology. So, but in course of time, I am right now. I am in the thick of technology. So that's the change I feel, and it's a real pleasure, the good journey I think I had experienced.
Okay. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you for your answer. Uh, Now I would like to ask Soumi about her job role uh, as a language investigator in language division. So, Soumi, would you like to share something about that?
Yeah, as I was telling earlier, our division's main work is systematic representation of language tables through rationalization and grouping of mother tongues. So that is enumerated from census. So as a junior investigator, this is also my main task. So my task is to assist our senior officers in whatever jobs they ask me to do regarding this, and so many other projects are also going on at present in language division, like this LSI, Linguistic Survey of India. Um, as you all know about Grierson's, Abraham Grierson's this great monumentous work, this Linguistic Survey of India. Based on that only, this after this post-independence era, what to trace the language changes and situation of linguistic situation, we are conducting statewide surveys throughout different throughout India. So, like already, LSI Dadra Nagar Haveli, LSI Rajasthan, LSI Sikkim, West Bengal already published, and at present, this work is going on LSI Jharkhand and LSI Bihar. That by this March, maybe it will be published, and also Himachal Pradesh volume is also coming on LSI Himachal Pradesh. So we are mainly engaged in preparation and this finalization of editing of reports for these LSI volumes. And then again, there is one project is going on, this Mother Tongue Survey of India. It was started in 2007. It was from 11 5-year plan. It was started. So mainly the unclassified in MTSI, mainly unclassified mother tongues are chosen along with the already identified and classified languages. There, our main purpose is to do the survey and to somehow we try to classify those languages. So that is the main job of that. So that's for that reason there are questionnaire of almost 1500 something words and 520 something sentences and one story. We collect this data through audiovisual mode, and this now also almost all the works are done. Still some, for some languages we are still doing this transcription and analysis thing, like brief sketchy grammar we are preparing. So this project was mainly outsourced. So from all over the India, linguists have worked on it. At the initial level, when I joined in 2015, my job was mainly to this and sending works to this those who are working, linguists who are working, and taking care of their payments and all those things. And now we are also doing this transcription and analysis work. So this is the MTSI project, and during this MTSI project, for 2-3 times I went to fields to supervise the data collection procedures. So that was a kind of good experience, and but this time it was done mainly by non-linguists, so we had nothing to do, just only supervision. So there's another, other than MTSI, we have this language atlas work, where there is a geographical presentation of the linguistic data. There's the speaker strength that is reflected in which area of our country it is spoken. So that presentation is going on already. 1991's language atlas is already prepared. So based on that model only, we are preparing it for 2011 census. So this language atlas work is also almost at the verge of completion. So it will be completed. So my work is mainly to prepare the write-ups based on the data, and and in this regard, map division is also helping us, providing maps. So checking those things with data, and that is part of my job role. Mainly these things, and in we also receive parliamentary questions and RTI questions. So we have to prepare answers for that. So as a junior linguist there, my job is to mainly assist my seniors, whatever they ask, to prepare a note, and also I prepare those things. This is mainly my job role.
Thank you, Soumi, for sharing us with about your job role. Now we would like to ask Sucharita about what kind of a job a research officer does in language division.
What we are doing in language division, Soumi has already briefed. A research officer, as a research officer, and as an investigator, prior to being a research officer, I was an investigator. I got promoted on 23rd May 2019. So, in both these job roles, they are quite similar. Like, we go to the field to collect data. Sometimes I have collected data for 2 main mother tongues, and then for the remaining 6 to 7 to 8 mother tongues, I had gone on supervision. As Soumi said, that the main field work was being done by the non-linguists for those mother tongues. So on the collected data, I have transcribed data, written reports that mainly center around the core areas of linguistics only, that is phonology, morphology, and syntax. And consolidation reports also we have to prepare on those. And besides these, answering parliament questions as and when they come, and right to information under this Right to Information Act, whatever queries come, and giving answers to those queries. So these mainly comprise the job roles in language division as a research officer also.
Thank you, Sucharita. Rajiv, would you please?
Arundhati, I forgot to tell you something. That I have been working in the field of linguistics for the last few years. But I did my research work. I did my PhD. I took up PhD course not in linguistics but in culture studies. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you, because I think linguistics as a discipline share uh, many of its areas with culture. So I thought of taking up linguistics and culture together as my research topic. So I worked in culture studies, not in linguistics. So that is what I wanted to mention. And here in the center, as a linguist, I have to perform several duties. Number one, I have to work as a translator for several assembly questions, uh, new policies that uh, state government frame, cabinet questions. So all I have to prepare translation for all these, and new areas that I have to look after here are online language and linguistic resources. We have prepared by now a huge body of corpus of Bangla literature. If you visit our site, nltr.org, you will see there are different things we uh, focus upon. Number one is preparing online literary resources. So by now we have prepared Robindra Rachanabali online, Sharat Rachanabali, Nazrul Rachanabali, Bankim Chandra Rachanabali, Swami Vivekananda Rachanabali, Shukanta Rachanabali, cinema script of Satyajit Ray's Gopiga in Bagabayan, and many more. We have many more we are planning. Vidyasagar will come very soon. Vidyasagar Rachanabali. Charjapad will come very soon. We have also published one audio CD with few selected charjas. I think 8 charjas we selected, and we published one audio CD that famous duo Jagannath Boshu and Urmimala Boshu, they did it for us. So that CD is also there online. And next is MRD, preparing machine readable dictionaries for Bangla. We have a project right now. There is no machine readable dictionaries in Bangla or any bilingual dictionary, Bangla and English. So we are preparing one such dictionary. I am supervising it. Another thing is preparing audiobooks in Bangla. We have been planning to prepare. In fact, we are working on it. We are publishing the e-books in Bangla. We are working on OCR, optical character recognition of Bangla, for processing old texts in digital format. So these are the works we are taking up right now. We are looking after right now. And also there are assistive technologies like for visually challenged people. We are doing braille books. We have a conversion software we have prepared it for converting Unicode text to braille. The Unicode to braille conversion software also we have prepared with the help of IIT Kharagpur. So these are the works we have been doing. We are focusing on.
Thank you, Rajibda. Thank you so much. My next question would be to all the three speakers that in your particular job or in your profession, which branches of linguistics are mainly relevant or mainly dominant? Shomidi.
Yeah, actually, as I was telling all of you that one of our main job is report writing. collecting data and report writing based on those transcription and all. So as you can understand, main whatever we are doing, that is part of descriptive linguistics. So this phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, which are the basic parts, basic pillars of linguistics, what we understand. We are working on that thing only. So that is a core part that I have learned in university. That skill only I am using right now, and to some extent field linguistics. And for our job, it's better if you know, if you will have some idea on language policies, language politics, those things. While working on in this division, I am slowly learning, but mainly these main branches of linguistics and sociolinguistics, um and this language and politics, these things are relevant for my work, for our work actually.
Thank you, Soumi. Sucharita, would you like to add something?
Add something means this core linguistics is only the area of work here, and from a language census point of view, demo linguistics, I mean, demographic linguistics, geolinguistics, where which languages are spoken, an idea uh, one gets the opportunity to get as slowly one handles the data and finds out the speaker strength and all. So it is from a knowing languages from a socio-political point of view, as Soumi said, and addressing issues from that angle. These are the main things that I can add.
Okay.
Will help one.
Thank you, Sucharita. Rajib Da.
For my work, there are many areas that are relevant, particularly phonetics, phonology, morphology, lexicology, field linguistics, social linguistics. All these are very important for my work. Of late, SNLTR is developing one language dashboard for West Bengal. So for that, you have to study the social linguistic scenario of the state. So all these factors, I think, we important for our work.
Okay. Thank you, Rajib Da. Okay, so as we all are listening to your uh, job role, as we said, this question is to Rajib Da. You said that you are very much working with programming or online, promoting online programs and designing. So, would you like to share with us something about the computational linguistics? Our audience is very much eagerly waiting for that. So, would you like to say?
See, online programs and computational linguistics are not same always. Okay,
Okay.
computational linguistics, what they do, they actually prepare computational programming for various linguistic issues, various linguistic phenomena. Computational linguistics actually try to uh, what to say, uh, what they do. They just emulate certain linguistic features in the digital platform. For example, for online language teaching program, what they do, they just make a virtual classroom so that people can learn on their own using digital technologies. So that is nothing new. It's just an applied area of linguistics. Okay, and for other issues like preparing online machine readable dictionaries or machine readable dictionaries corpus, one has to have deep understanding of historical linguistics, deep theoretical background should be there. Otherwise, you cannot deal with computational issues, because without a theoretical background, computation will not help you. Here at computation experts to take care of those. If a linguist can take care of the computational issue, that is good. That is not bad. But linguists have to be in a position to address the linguistic problems faced by computers. That area one should concentrate on. Unless you can define your language, the language we're working on, uh, in a very systematic or in a very scientific way, you cannot do computational linguistics. So, computational linguistics is not something which you should learn in a different way. But if you have a very good understanding, very good hold on theoretical linguistics, especially on historical linguistics, unless you know the language phenomenon, how can you address? How can you prepare a dictionary for your language? How can you prepare a corpus? How can you tag a corpus of your language? Unless you have a very good tagged corpus, you cannot do anything in computational linguistics. In Bangla or in other Indian languages, we are lacking any such corpus. We are not even we are just trying to follow Western model to do something in computational linguistics. But the most basic work is to prepare a representative corpus in Indian languages, in various Indian languages. We are not doing that till date. Niladrida is only person who is for the last few decades who has been trying to address this issue. But I think many are not still uh, interested in this area. Preparing or building up of a corpus, representative corpus for any Indian language, is a very is the need of the hour. We have to concentrate on it. We cannot prepare a machine readable dictionary unless we have a representative body of corpus. You know, after 1990s, all the English dictionaries are corpus driven. So they can offer you actual data on language use, which Bangla cannot, which we cannot. Well, any of our dictionaries uh, cannot offer you actual data. They quote from some literary texts, but those are not actual data. Those usage are quite alien to us. We do not use those words in that way. So for that, you need to have live data. Live data. Either you have to have spoken data or written data, but need to have live data, not the literary data only. So that is the work we should concentrate on right now.
Okay, thank you so much, Rajibda. It is really a insightful comment. Now, I would like to ask all the three speakers, as we are getting questions from the audience. Many of from our audience are students of linguistics, and they are quite interested in knowing the scopes or avenue one can get by pursuing linguistics. So, would you like to answer this? Show me this.
Scope of linguistics. So, but I can say that when we passed in 2010, and now it's 2021, so things have changed drastically. Like so many avenues are now open. The way Rajib were telling, as linguists, we have to know this language part only. We have to better understand the language we are working on and how to tag those things properly, and that skill will help us to get job. Okay, so we need not to worry about what we don't know. We need to have confidence on what the skills that we have already learned. So now, as if I look at my journey, it was comparatively easy, I must say, because I got one job in ISI, and after that, there I got 2 years experience, which was necessary for getting this the current job that I am doing. But for all the linguists, all my fellow friends, journey is not that much easy. I mean, it is hard to get scope in linguistics, but if we, mm, but so many new avenues are coming now. So many of my seniors, they are working with MNCs also. There they need linguists to give inputs as for that one particular language, or they can work as translators even. And as we can see that in regional languages, in mobile and so many other places also, apps are getting translated in Bengali, and so there we have scope. So scopes are increasing, I must say. But in government sector, if you ask, still though not much scope is. I can't see much scope. As for linguistics, we don't have it in school level. So SSC's question of SSC is not there, and we don't have it in college level also. Only in one college, Sanskrit college. So scopes are really limited. Only in universities it is available, and vacancies are also very comes generally it comes after decades only. So it's problematic. It's still problematic. I must not say that it's very much easy, but in private sector, so many avenues are open. So we have to look there mostly, because if only we had it in school, and if it was introduced in school and colleges, then maybe there would have been much good scope for jobs. But right now that situation is not that like that. So in private sector we have much scopes, I guess, and other institution. I hope things will be better. Things will improve.
Okay, thank you, Soumi. Sucharita Di, please give us some comments.
Scopes are not much in the government sector. Like we very luckily got this job experience also tallied at the right time and at the right moment. But there are many avenues coming up in the private sector. If any of your friends or your classmates are interested, they can drop in a CV after they pass out. They can drop in a CV in CDAC, or I don't know whether SNLTR, like Rajib will be able to say, also considers such cases. So there are many such avenues. And one thing I would like to mention regarding this computational linguistics, if they are really interested, there is it is not my area of interest, but FLU, I don't know whether you know or not, FLU, English and Foreign Languages University, they are offering a master's degree program in computational linguistics, and I have seen their course content. It comprises of both computer science courses and linguistics courses. So that will be a very helpful, a new kind of a course, and a very good avenue for beginners in the field of, if anyone in case is interested. So
Thank you, Sucharita Di. I would ask Rajib the same question. Would you like to share some scope?
See, there are many avenues right now. As Soumi and Sucharita already mentioned, that as far as government jobs are concerned, there is not much scope. So we should not wait for that government jobs only. But there are vast areas which we can explore. For example, translation is one such area. The translation market right now is worth few $billion. You know? So there are need of translators, and a linguist can make a very good translator if he or she wants to. So translation is one area one may explore. Another area is working with various MNCs that Sucharita has already said, because MNCs are exploring various grounds in linguistics, in applied linguistics, right? Like text to speech research, speech to text research, text speech recognition software they are preparing. For that, they need huge amount of data, linguistic data, and linguists. So one can also try those areas. They can approach various multinational companies like Microsoft, Google, all of them. They invest a huge amount of money in these areas. See, there are other areas also, like for Indian languages, designing fonts, keyboards. That is an area. That is the area one can explore. If you have some knack for designing or software developing, you can explore those areas also. Because for most of the Indian languages, fonts are very few. For Bangla, for English, there are thousands of Unicode fonts. For Bangla, there are a few hundreds, right, round about 300 fonts we have. But we need more for different words, for different types of printing, processing. We need more. So one can also explore those areas. Sound editing, another area one can explore, which I explored while in CIIM. Sound editing, how to do sound research, how to do. A linguist can make a very good sound engineer. So one can also explore those areas. Video editing, phonetic analysis, that is another area. See, for phonetic transcription, there are various software. You can master those things. You can various organizations, they need such data. They need such analysts. So we don't only need business analysts. We need also phonetic analysts. So we need also linguists. So there are so many. One has to explore these areas. See, I have been a member of ICANN, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. So that's an organization which allows or approves domain names like www.facebook.com. These are the domain URLs. So I have been a member of this ICANN for the last 5 years. So what they do, initially we had all these domain names in English, right? Now they are offering domain names in Indian languages, in Indian scripts. So we can have domain names like orundhati.com in Bengali script. So for that we have to frame certain rules. This is called level generation rule. So for the last 5 years, we have framed rules for final level domain, right? For what is that? That is the .com, the characters after .com, com. For Bangla, we took 5 years to frame rules for these domain only. We have to move on to the second level. This was the level 0. So these are the works one can take up, one can explore. Here, you have to have very good knowledge of linguistics, very good knowledge of your language, or a historical background you have to know. So without, I think, as a professional, as a student of linguistics, I think without good historical basis, you cannot excel in as far as linguistics is concerned. You have to have good historical basis for any work related to linguistics.
Thank you so much, Rajibda. I hope our audience has got the answer for this specific question. Now, another question I would like to ask all my speakers is that we all know that Bengalis have done and enriched linguistics. They have done many works from the past till nowadays. But still, somehow we find a sort of unawareness, especially in Bengal, I guess, about linguistics as a subject to study or pursue. So would you like to comment on that, Soumi?
I think your question is quite ambiguous. When you are telling that people are not aware of the subject, uh, it's because that because the scope of our subject is very limited. To be frankly speaking, as we all know, we have very limited scope after studying this subject. So that's why maybe people are not that much aware of it. It doesn't that doesn't mean that that subject is not growing or anything. If any subject is not popular, that does not mean that it is dying or something. But it is because of this reason only, because there is so lack of job opportunity. That's why people are not that much interested in this subject. And if it were introduced in schools or colleges somehow, then people got to know, okay, if we study this thing, we'll get some job. So then it would have been popular. That is the basic reason behind that, nothing more, I guess.
Okay, thank you, Soumi. Sucharita, would you like to add something?
Due to lack of job opportunities only, there was a lack of awareness of the subject. But I think nowadays awareness is growing as the subject is also growing. You have newer departments slowly coming up in different universities also. Like of late, although 5 or 6 years back have passed, Jadavpur has opened. Even the Center for Endangered Languages in Vishwa Bharati is also relatively new. So in the future, we hope to see more new departments coming up, and hopefully there'll be more opportunities and awareness will be growing.
Thank you, Sucharita. Rajib, would you like to answer
See
this
what
question?
Soumi and Sucharita have told. That is true. That we don't have much employability in linguistics, but linguists also have some responsibilities. For example, all our linguists in Calcutta, they prefer to write in English. They don't write in Bangla for common people to make them aware. After you, if you see, Suniti Babu has written in Bangla, Sukumar Sen has written in Bangla, Povitra Sarkar has written in Bangla, uh, our Obhijit, he writes in Bangla. So unless you do this, how can common people come to know about this subject? You have to take some initiative. Those linguists who are in power, who has political as well as government, who are well placed in government jobs, should take some initiative to introduce linguistics as a subject of study in primary and secondary level. Unless you do that, is not going to be popular. Never, it will never be. But linguistics should have been into our school curriculum. Should have been by now. But still, till date, we have not. We couldn't do that. So I think unless we bring it to the common mass, it's the duty of a linguist to speak in a language which is eligible to the common people. Not for we whatever we do in linguistics, we do for higher education only. But that is not what is going to uh, help linguists to survive unless you make it a subject of study for everyone. It will not survive. Why physics is so popular? Why chemistry is so popular? It has been in the school curriculum. Linguistics has not been.
Yes.
So you have to plan in that way. You have to plan something for other languages, other minor languages of West Bengal. You see, there is a state language policy in 1961. So there it was told that it was decided that Bengali should be the medium of official correspondence, except Darjeeling, Kalimpong, and Persian. They are with Bengali. One can use also Nepali. But what about the other languages? In West Bengal, there are about 90 languages spoken. So we are only concentrating either on English or in Bangla or in Hindi. But what about, there is one bill for Alchiki. I think I should say Santali in 1978. So Santali also got some attention. Some textbooks were printed in Alchiki. But what about Pura? What about Kuro? What about Munda group of languages? What about Rajbangshi? And see, if you declare one day that Rajbangshi is a new language, it doesn't change its status. You have to plan it. You have to make some employment opportunities. You have to make textbooks. You have to prepare a curriculum, educational planning for that in that language. Why is there anything like that? We have not done. So that is the thing we need to address. These are the issues we need to address. Only speaking that, telling that we love linguistics will not save linguistics. You have to do something which is understandable, which is tangible to that common people. Common people can understand it. In a language, you have to tell in a language that is quite understandable, not a very cryptic language. Okay, so that is the thing I think we should look into.
Yes, that was actually my next question, that what should be the job of the linguist or future linguist? What can we do to make our subject reach to others? And thank you, Rajibda has answered it really well. So I would ask Soumi and Sucharita, would you like to add something with what Rajibda have said? Soumi?
What Rajibda has told, this is very important, that as linguists, we also have some responsibility. We should also come forward, and people should also know that we are also doing our duties as linguists. So that should be reflected. That part is there. But it is actually, more of the things are related to power and politics. The linguists have very little role there. So we can write a grammar, and we can prepare textbooks for this Rajbangshi, as Rajita was telling. But whether it will be introduced in school level or not, that is not in our power. So that is decided from governmental bodies, and so many other factors are involved there. So that's why I think as linguists, we have very limited power in this regard. What I was thinking like that, regarding this job opportunities, is it possible for our department, or especially I'm telling about University of Calcutta's this department, that can we approach these MNCs, and we get to, if we can arrange some meeting with them, and we can get to know that what are their requirements, what kind of expertise they are expecting from linguists. So if we can get to have some clear idea about that, so we can train our students in that way. Maybe those who are already engaged in this kind of sectors, they can enlighten us in better way. But my thinking is that from our department also, if we can approach in some way, that what are the things you want from us, so that we can learn, we can train our students in that way, so that they can get better job opportunities after that. So I would suggest our department to take some initiative like that, if it helps. Otherwise, only vague words will not help. Now we have to have some solid idea. These things we have to learn. We have to have expertise in these sectors. Then only it will be helpful, I guess. This was my
Thank you, Soumi. I'm sure our department is and will be trying their best to help the students. Next, I would like to ask the same question to Sucharita.
Already Rajibda and Soumi has explained everything. it is the it is the responsibility of the linguist to bring the minority languages and along with their languages their society to the forefront. But everything is not in the hands of the linguists, like power and politics, as Soumi said these and many other intervening factors may play a crucial role actually. So, but remains the role of the job of the linguist to bring the minority languages to the forefront and take some action in that regard.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to add something.
Yes,
See,
Rajib.
language has been a matter of politics in India from time immemorial. So that is there. We are quite aware of that. So we have to live with it. We don't have any other way out. So what we can do, we can perform our duties to the extent possible. Linguists can perform their duties to the extent
Yes,
possible,
sure.
and
Yes.
they can make government or any other bodies aware of the issues or the challenges that are prevalent in this state of West Bengal. That is our duty. That we can do. We can write for them. Okay.
Yes,
So that
surely.
is what
I agree.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Our job is to make our subject relevant to
Right,
us,
right.
and also
Exactly.
that is the only chance of their only chance of survival.
And explore more interdisciplinary works,
Yes.
disciplinary areas of work that we can explore.
Where we can give linguistic inputs in other
Exactly,
areas
exactly.
also.
In anthropology, we can work with them. In now biolinguistics, there are scopes for
Neurolinguistics.
neurolinguistics, mathematical, so many, that there are so many avenues you can actually explore. So that we have to do. And department should also, I think department has been trying their best to
Yes.
help their students, as they did in our case also, with their limited resources. I know, but the Department of Linguistics is not the department which gets huge amount of government aids. I know that, but with their limited set of resources, they try to help their students. I know our teachers also. I got my first job because of my teacher. How can I deny that? So that, I think, still continues, and that will help us. And things are changing. Scenario is changing.
Yes. Thank you, Rajib da. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everyone can agree on the point that yes, it is also our responsibility to serve our subject. Thank you so much. Now I would
I would also like to add that if any one of you, any one of the students like to have or exchange their ideas with us, I am free to access. You can approach anyone. I think Soumi is also there, Sucharita there, many others are there. So we can help in our own way, in our limited capacity. We can help them. Yeah, that is our duty. It's our we are committed. We should be committed to do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm sure our audience is feeling great to hear that. Now I would like to tell Anindita or request Anindita to ask the question from the comments and share the comments with us. Anindita.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. So I would be reading up the comments that our audience have passed on to us, and I think I would like to begin with the most common question, which is what are the other things that we need to do other than our classroom linguistic course to get into a proper job, be it public or any other job. When it concerns job, what are the other courses we need to do besides our classroom course?
See, there are courses on forensic linguistics. IIT partner recently offered such a short-term course on forensic linguistics. That is a very promising area. One can explore that area. Uh, Courses on computational linguistics that Sucharita has already mentioned. So many of the IITs and triple IITs are offering, NITs are also offering various courses on computational linguistics and various training programs. So one can also take part in these programs. And there are, we also, SMNTR also need some trainee linguists. So they can also approach SMNTR for time to time for some work. We can also offer such works to them. And there are courses on sound editing. A linguist can make a very good sound engineer, as I have already told you. Recently, Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute offered a short-term course on sound editing. Okay. So one can explore these areas. And if I am sure if Soumi and Sucharita has something else to tell, they can also add.
Shobhiti and Sucharita, would you like to add something to what Rajib said?
Mostly Rajib covered all the areas that I have some idea. Good enough. But what I must suggest is that most of the students are for regarding linguistics. Most of the students are starting from scratch when they are starting this taking admission. They are starting from scratch. So I would better advise that during this 2 years, try to learn linguistics, try to understand what is done there. So now, this was a mistake from my part. When I was studying linguistics, I was thinking in the same way you are thinking right now, that what kind of job I will get, whether there is any scope or job opportunities like that. And so in that way, maybe I could have concentrated more on the subjects and those area, because this time you will not get again. Somehow you will get appointed somewhere, but this time span you will not get again, just to learn. So make use of it. Don't worry much about what will happen next. Concentrate on this time and try to learn as much as you can. And our university has a great resource of books. Make use of that. Go to library and make use of that. Learn to from that section. And our teachers are also very much helpful. From my experience, I can tell, as Ajibda was telling, when I was a student, and after that also I always received help and information regarding what job opportunities and all. And here in this subject, what I have seen, the seniors are also very much helpful. So if there is any opportunity and you approach them, so they will help you in that regard. So don't worry that much, and don't think about the job opportunities now, because you are students. Just think that this is not any MBA or MCA kind of course where there is a promising kind of issue, or engineering course that you have to spend this much money here and you have to take loan, and just after passing only you have to get a job to hear that. So that kind of pressure is not there, na? So better you got this time. If you have interest in linguist or not, that is linguistics, that is different perspective. When you have got these 2 years, try to learn it, and have this faith that if you learn this subject, you will get appointed somewhere. So that is not much bigger thing right now, I think. So that was my mistake. I spent so many times thinking that only what will happen after that, what will happen after that. So better concentrate on present and learn things. That I must suggest.
Let me just add. Okay, Sucharita, please.
And this is not a professional course. So in courses such as MA, MSc and like that, one has to study on one's own and make the field available for the person. And so, as Soumi said, you must visit the library. Apart from the help from your teachers, you should learn on your own, and so that you can apply your knowledge in any of these MNC jobs or or if government jobs you get, or in any field for that reason, computational linguistics or forensic linguistics. So first you have to have a very solid grip on your subject matter. Yes,
So later,
Yeah.
this knowledge base only will help you to get anything in job or anything. So this is time for preparation of this knowledge base, I must.
As Soumi told that many of our linguists start from the scratch. So it's the duty of a linguist to start from the scratch. When you are learning or studying a new language which you do not know, you are actually starting from the scratch, and that is the duty of a linguist to start from
Each
the
time
scratch.
it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey, it's a learning process.
Yeah.
See, there is a concept called monolingual fieldwork. So how to do a fieldwork, how do you study a language when you do not know, you do not have an interpreter, or you do not have any knowledge of that language, how to study that language. So linguist duty is to start from the scratch each time. And again, I would like to share an advice that I got my teacher, Professor Shotoranjan Bandyopadhyay. So once when we were students, he used to tell us, ভাবছো তো লিঙ্গুইস্টিক্স পড়ে কি হবে? কিছু হবে না, সাবজেক্ট কিছু হয় না, চাকরি কাউকে দেওয়া যায় না, চাকরি দেবে তোমার জ্ঞানই তোমার চাকরিটার ব্যবস্থা করে দেবে, চাকরি তোমার কাছে আসবে, তুমি চাকরির কাছে যাবে না। That is what Shotobabu used to tell us, that try to learn, try to master whatever you are learning, and then the future will be, you'll see what is there in your future. It's not in your hands, so do whatever you are destined to do. Study and study and study. So that is what Shotobabu used to tell us.
Okay, I would like to take up another a very common confusion that we generally go through, which is we are not learning any kind of languages like Python or something for computational linguistics. So is it like we're missing out on something? Is it very important we know the programming aspect as well to support our computational linguistics side?
See, it's not always very necessary to learn Python, to learn C++, learn something else. See, if you learn Greek, Gothic, Spanish, French, as many languages as you learn, that will help you, no doubt. But if you do not learn something, if you have the linguist, have the what to say, the what to say that, how to put it, the outlook of a linguist, that is what is required. You have to have a very deep introspection into language. That is what required. So if you learn Python, that will help you, no doubt. I don't deny, there is no denial of the fact that learning a language will help a linguist, no doubt. But that is not the only criteria. You can learn it later on also. But as till date, I do not know any programming language, neither Python nor anything. Neither Python, nor Tiger, nor Lion, nothing. I don't know nothing. I know only language, human languages. A few human languages I know. I don't know any computational background. So I don't have. So that is not a deterrent factor, I think. If the need be so, you can learn it.
Soumi, would you like to add something?
No, the same thing only. Nothing to add. It's I don't have that much experience in computational linguistics, so I can't put more insight into it. But what I have learned is that as linguistic, we will be it will be expected from us to give linguistic input. It is better if we know this computational language. It will help us to understand that how computer is learning the language, how computer will use our inputs. So it will be for us as linguists, it will be helpful to know. But so as Rajibda was telling, that we have to understand that language and how to analyze language. That part only, linguistic things only we have to know. Other parts, the computational experts are there; they will take care of that. But it is always better to learn new things, learn languages, computer language. That will be good. I will encourage that too.
One should have an open mind,
Yeah.
accepting new technologies, learning new technology. That one should be always open to.
Hmm.
That is what will be helpful.
Hmm. Like I can share my experience that when I was working in WordNet, already this interface was already prepared. Everything was already prepared. We were only had to give input for Bengali data. All the other things, sincere preparation and hyponymy links, those are already done by computational experts. So that was not my part of job. It was not expected from me to do. So in that way, for now, though, I also don't know any of the C plus plus or Python, anything. I don't know. Still surviving some. That's the thing.
Sucharita, would you like to add something to this?
No, as they said, you have to know your subject first and provide the relevant inputs as and when needed in the field. Then you can keep an open mind always, learn new programming languages, C++, or as I mentioned, you can go to the FLU website and see. Those of you who are interested in computational linguistics, their course content comprises both courses from computer science and from linguistics. So if you are as keen as that to know both the disciplines, you can, after this master's, if your energy permits, you can try in FLU or and other foreign universities also. I don't know whether that
Triple IT also offer. Triple IT Hyderabad.
other foreign universities also offer courses in computational linguistics. I don't know whether Rajivda will be able to throw light on that if he has some knowledge, but there are.
See, if you visit the website of SIL, Summer Institute of Linguistics, you'll see what are the kind of technological support that linguists need. So, the learning a uh, new technology will depend on your need. What you actually need, what linguists actually need. If you learn something in web development, if that doesn't help you, how that comes to your work? So that's not the way. So you visit Summer Institute of Linguistics website, sil.org. So there will get what are the things, what are the technological support that linguists should need. Linguists should learn what are the things they need. So that will help you. So there are many courses. Taking up a course will not help you. You have to know your need, what you want to do, whether you really want to do that. Unless you like it to do, you cannot do it for long. So first thing you have to know what is your area for, what you would like to do. Only securing a job will not help you. Linguistics is not a professional subject. So if you want to have a job only, you can pursue other courses like MBA. There are computer courses, there are computer degrees. You go for that. But linguistics is an academic discipline, first of all. So you have to understand that.
Okay, so we have a couple of questions here. So the first question comes up from Sulagna Paul. She wants to know if we have to study many languages in linguistics. Is it really necessary?
Sorry, I missed out. Please.
Yeah, the question is, do we have to study many languages in linguistics?
Not necessarily. If you the many languages that will help you, no doubt. But Noam Chomsky is a monolingual person. So you need not know many languages. If you know many languages, that will help you, no doubt. But what you have to do, you have to develop an introspective vision for learning or studying a language. That introspection is very important. Looking into the language is important. Okay.
The next question comes up from, I suppose, Aishwarya Saha. She asks, in case of field work, is it necessary or mandatory to know different languages in case of field work?
I already told you that there's a concept called monolingual fieldwork. You have to assume that you do not know anything of that language. You are going to study a new language, a language which is completely unknown to you. So if you know that language, that will definitely help you. If you have an interpreter, if you have a person who can help you to communicate with those speakers, that will definitely help you. I don't deny that fact. But you have to keep in mind that you have to do it. Again, I would like to say that you have to start it, you do it from scratch.
Okay, so I guess most of the questions are related to languages. Again, the next question comes up from Shubhranil. He wants to know what or how can we bag a job with strong holding languages like English, Spanish, Italian, French, and etc. Like foreign languages. What are the jobs available?
See, translation is
Translation.
one job that one can do. Interpreter, the job of interpreter is very challenging and very in demand now. So I know certain persons who learned Spanish and they earn their bread as interpreters, and they earn handsome amount. So that is one thing, and there are other things also. You can go on. Uh, See, those things are not very easy, though. If you are in government jobs, you can see. I was offered once to interpret certain text, certain spoken corpus from Chittagong Bangla for some government departments. I won't like to name the department because it's a confidential document. So I was asked to do that. So for other languages also, one can, as many languages as one learn, they have their opportunity, like such opportunities they will keep on getting. So foreign languages will see there are many what to say, the business communications where people need interpreters. A delegation from China, a delegation from Spain will certainly need interpreters. A delegation from a foreign delegation from Japan will need interpreters. So as many languages as a foreign languages you learn, that will help you, no doubt.
Okay, Sucharita ji, would you like to add something to this?
No, Rajib has explained everything. So.
And Shobhiti?
No, nothing to add.
Okay, then I'm moving on to the next question. It is from Abhishikta Sadhu. She wants to know about the field of forensic linguistics and which parts of the course do we need to get hold of for further work with forensic linguistics.
Say, recently I saw a course offered by Patna, IIT Patna. They offered a course on forensic linguistics, and see, most of the phoneticians would excel in forensic linguistics because the primary task of a forensic linguist is to analyze the spoken data. Okay, so that is the main thing, and there are also neuro-linguistic issues in forensic linguistics. So if really someone is interested to know more about forensic linguistics, I think they can talk to the linguistics department, social science department, in fact, Patna, IIT Patna. So there are certain faculties who are working on these issues. So That is what I know. There may be other institutions who are offering same courses, but I know that this only.
Okay. Shomniti, would you like to add something?
No, I have no expertise or no knowledge regarding this forensic linguistics.
Okay. And then Sucharita,
I absolutely have no knowledge on forensic linguistics.
Okay, then we'll move on to the next. It is a comment from our ma'am, Meena ma'am. She's saying it's so thrilling to listen to our students, which is you all, elaborating on their journey on linguistics. Thank you for organizing and also visualizing such an event. This will surely give the current students clear ideas about the subject and about possibilities. And next is also a comment from our sir, which is Abhijit sir. Really an excellent discussion, it says. Next, we have a question from Didisha Majumdar. So there are many courses we need to simultaneously do to strengthen our skills in the job field. Is it so? What we basically want to know here is the classroom course just enough. Suppose somebody chooses not to do any other course alongside the classroom syllabus, is that okay, or we should do something to support our skills or asset, like that is really necessary?
As already said, one has to study on one's own and establish the field for oneself. As Rajib Da was saying that some chakri tomar kache emni ashbe or something, some teacher told him. So right now it is not an academic subject. So it is not a professional subject, sorry, it is an academic subject. So in these subjects, you have to first, after my MA course, I will tell you, for the first 1 year, I regularly visited the library for times for 3 days a week and studied the NET syllabus, although I did not qualify NET. But that has helped me in my future prospects and projects and jobs and so on and so on. Okay, so you have to study on your own and avail the field for yourself.
There's one more question which I would like to ask. Could you please give us an insight on CDSE? Like, what is exactly the job, what they're doing
CDAC.
there? Yes.
CDAC is the premier institute of Government of India who promote works on computational aspects of a language. That is preparing or designing fonts for Indian languages, Indian scripts, addressing various issues relating to use of Indian scripts in internet. So these are the issues. They are working in various fronts. So it's difficult for me. I'm not a person from CDAC, but I have some idea that they are working on these fields. They are especially fonts and internet-related linguistic issues. So they are addressing. So if one is really interested, they can go to their website and they will have a very clear idea of it. Their website is very explanatory. So there are hundreds of it's a part of our linguistic culture. Okay. So that's there. You can visit their website. That is very good website. And my organization SNLTR is working with closely with CDAC. So their Bangla support is mainly given by us.
One thing I would like to add that recently I got to know that these things about CDAC is also working on digitization of old documents and digitization of, they are making OCR readable scanning. They are doing that thing.
Yeah,
so
CDAC is working on OCR for the last 50 years. Even CDAC is not, it doesn't exist for 50 years, but they are working on it for last 50 years. So we are basically
At
Bangla
present,
OCR.
they are working on West Bengal government's some secret data, and their archive. They are working on this.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that archive. They are
Sucharita is also working on it. So that is I'm not supposed to disclose here.
It is in online also. It is available.
Yeah, that's what is available. You know that.
Sucharita, would you like to add to this?
I really don't have any knowledge about what they're doing right now, so I don't think it will be proper to comment on add on to that.
Okay. So then we'll move on to the next question, which is from our classmate Logdujita Paul. So she's asking, after completing masters, what can we do to get employed in translation field or as an interpreter? Like, is it only for MNCs or do we get in some other field as well, like government maybe?
And some of the government departments also need interpreters. In foreign service, interpreter certificate. Various in parliament there are translators, interpreters.
Okay.
So that one have to explore to some extent. And there are MNCs, and for being an interpreter, you need to learn language. So that is something that is not quite dependent or related to linguistics. Not being a student of linguistics, one can be an interpreter. One can become an interpreter by learning language. So that facility is always there. That opportunity is always there.
Soumi, would you like to add something?
No, that's the same thing. Only you need to learn the language. Otherwise, how can you? And you need to have expertise on that other languages also, so that you can work better as language interpreter or translator.
And Sucharita,
you need to know the foreign language, and you need necessarily not be a linguist all the time in order to be a translator or an interpreter, as Rajib said.
Okay, so what do you suggest we do right after we finish up with our masters? I mean, what should be the first step?
Now, if anybody is interested in research work, they can start preparing for this NET exams.
So now GATE has also it is included as a subject in the GATE examination. Also, you can take that app as well.
Okay.
And prepare for
first of all, one has to decide what a student of linguistics wants to do. That one has to decide first. If for the sake of getting a job, he prepares for a GATE, SLATE, NET, anything,
that is not helpful.
That will not going to help him or her.
And what if somebody decides on to move on to not for research but for jobs? Then what? What should we start with, or how should we start with?
See, for that one needs to have some grounding in computational aspects. So for that, there are many organizations, there are many IITs are there, NITs are there, IIITs are there. So they should, private engineering colleges are also offering courses on computational aspects of language. So they can explore these areas, these fields. Okay, it's not very easy to tell you definitely they do this, don't do this. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you. You have to explore. These are the areas you can explore. These are the areas, these are the avenues open before you. You have to decide which avenue you are going to take, and you have to explore that. These are the avenues that one can tell you, but one cannot tell you what you will do. That depends on you.
Okay, so this is the end of our question answer session. Arundhati will take over from here. Thank you.
Thank you, Anindita. Thank you, speakers. Now we have come to the end of today's session, but before that, I would like to ask all our three speakers if they want to give the students or future linguists some suggestions. from your end? Soumi.
First, I would like to use this opportunity to thank my department and to thank all my seniors and teachers, Aditi di, Meena di, Shunandan sir, Obhijit sir, Selvin sir, everybody. I would like to thank them because only because of them only whatever I am doing right now, only the knowledge I've got in received from them during this MA classes, that only mm, with that only I'm working here in language division. And for this future linguists and students, my suggestion is that try to love your subject and learn your subject. First you learn and then only you will eventually you will love this subject, and don't worry much about these jobs. You will get, if you have hold on your subject, you will eventually you get some or the other job. Situation is not that much bad. So best wishes for your future, and if anything we can help you from our part with our knowledge base, if we can help you or give some suggestion, you are always free to contact me. So we in from our part, if there is anything possible for us to do, we will do that surely. And best wishes, this much I can tell. Thank you.
Thank you,
everybody.
Soumi. Sucharita di, please give us some of your suggestions.
I am, first of all, I'm Happy New Year, and I am thankful to all my seniors and teachers of the university who have made it possible for me to be what I am today. Minadi, Aditi di, Obhijit sir, Krishna madam, and also MKN sir. So, and my suggestions for the future students is that you have to develop a knack for the scientific study of languages, an aptitude for it, like and learn, and most of all, above all, like what you are doing, and all the best wishes to all of you.
Thank you so much, Sucharita di. Rajib da.
See, suggestion is difficult, but I should say, in our time, there was a famous professor, famous historian, Professor Brotindranath Mukherjee.
1 second, I am interrupting you, Rajib.
Sure.
I forgot to mention Professor Shubhadra Kumar Sen, who is not there, who is no more. Actually, I am thankful, equally thankful to him as well. Okay, now continue.
Thank you, Sucharita.
So, what Brotin Babu used to say, একজন academician-এর তিনটে বইয়ের দরকার. I think all of us understand Bangla. Yeah?
Yes.
একজন academician-এর তিনটে বইয়ের দরকার: বিদ্যা, বাচন, বপু. So Brotin Babu had that bopu. We do not have. Brotin Babu অসম্ভব সুন্দর একজন মানুষ ছিলেন, কিন্তু আমরা তো তা নই। আমাদের চেহারা দেই, কিন্তু বিদ্যে এবং বাচন এই দুটি আমাদের হাতে আছে। আমরা এই দুটো অধিকার করতে পারি, আমরা শিখতে পারি, এবং সেই শেখাটা যাতে আরো 5 জনের মধ্যে চারিয়ে দেওয়া যায়, 5 জনকে শেখানো যায়, সেই চেষ্টাটা করতে পারি। এটাই সব থেকে বড় চেষ্টা। 1, 2 হচ্ছে ওই সত্যবাবুর কথা আবার বলি। তিনি বলতেন, তার ওই বাঙাল টানে বলতেন যে চাকরি আছে, চাকরি নাই, চাকরি তোমার কাছে আসবে। তো এই কনফিডেন্সটা যেন আমাদের থাকে যে কি করব, কিছু তো নেই, এই নিয়ে কেউ পড়তে না আসাই ভালো। নেই, কোথাও কিছু নেই, তার মধ্যে থেকে তৈরি করে নিতে হবে। 2 আর 3 নম্বর হচ্ছে, আমি এই সুযোগে যাদের কথা বলা হলো না তাদের কথা একটু বলি। সেটা হচ্ছে, আমার কলেজে আমাকে যারা পড়িয়েছেন তাদের মধ্যে একজনের নাম এখানে যারা উপস্থিত তারা কেউই হয়তো জানো না তোমরা, প্রফেসর সুরজ দেও পান্ডে। পান্ডে স্যার, পান্ডেজি বলতাম আমরা। তো তার মতো অসামান্য মানুষ আমি জীবনে খুব কম দেখেছি। খুব তাড়াতাড়ি তিনি আমাদের ছেড়ে চলে যান। খুব কম দেখেছি সুভদ্রবাবুর মতো মানুষ। অসামান্য প্যাশন ছিল ভাষা বিজ্ঞান এসবের প্রতি। তার কি বলবো, তার তো পারিবারিকভাবেই তিনি এর প্রতি উৎসর্গীকৃত আর কি। সত্যবাবুর কথা বিশেষ করে মনে পড়ছে। সত্যবাবুর সঙ্গে আমি মনে হয় বেশি সময় নিচ্ছি না তোমাদের, বাংলাতেই বলছি, কারণ এই কথাগুলি বাংলাতেই বলা দরকার। প্রতিদিন আমি যতদিন ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়েছি, প্রায় প্রতিদিন বিকেলে ক্লাসের শেষে সত্যবাবুর সঙ্গে হাঁটতে হাঁটতে সংস্কৃত পুস্তক ভান্ডারে যেতাম। ওই যে রাস্তা দিয়ে হাঁটে হেঁটে যাওয়া, কখনো কখনো ট্রামে উঠে যেতাম। তো সেই সময় সত্যবাবুর কাছ থেকে অনর্গল আমি শুনতে থাকতাম বিভিন্ন ধরনের কথা। কেন অমুক শব্দটার মানে এরকম, কেন তমুক শব্দটা ওরকম মানে হলো, কেন ওই বিশেষ ব্যাকরণ গত বৈশিষ্ট্যটা বাংলার মধ্যে এলো বা সংস্কৃতি ছিল, এইগুলি অনর্গল 2-3 বছর ধরে এক নাগারে শুনেছি ওর কাছ থেকে। সেইগুলি আমাকে মানে এগুলি ক্লাসরুমের বাইরের শিক্ষা, এগুলি ক্লাসে কোনোদিন উনি শেখাননি, কিন্তু সেই শিক্ষাগুলি আমার মনে হয় একজন ভাষার প্রতি আমাকে সংবেদী করে তুলতে অনেক বেশি সাহায্য করেছে। এর পরেও বলবো আরেকজনের নাম, তিনি অধ্যাপক উদয়নারায়ণ সিংহ। তিনি আমার পিএইচডি গাইডও বটে। তার কাছে আমি কোনোদিন ক্লাসরুমে পড়িনি, কিন্তু তার সাহচর্য, আমার কর্মজীবন শুরু হয়েছিল তার তার কি বলবো, তার অধীনে। তো সেই তার মতো একজন বিরাট, আমি বলবো ভিশনারি, তার সাহচর্য আমাকে সাহায্য করেছে। আরেকজনের নাম করব, সংস্কৃত কলেজে যখন পড়তাম সেই সময় একদিন বা দুদিন তার সাহচর্য পেয়েছি। তিনি অধ্যাপক, মানে তার কানে হাত দিয়ে তার নাম হয়েছে অধ্যাপক পরেশচন্দ্র মজুমদার, অভিজিৎ দার বাবা। তিনি একদিন এলেন কলেজে। হ্যাঁ, আমি আর কয়েকজন আমরা বললাম যে স্যার একটু অ্যাবলাউটটা বুঝিয়ে দেবেন। অ্যাবলাউটটা বুঝতে পারতাম না, খুবই কঠিন বিষয়। তো তখন স্যার বললেন, হ্যাঁ দেবো, কিন্তু তাহলে তোমাদের একটা কাজ করতে হবে, নাও 10টা টাকা নাও, আমার জন্য 2টো ফিল্টার মিল ছেড়ে দাও, বাড়িতে তো খেতে পারি না। তো আমরা মানে মজা করে গেলাম, নিয়ে এলাম, এবং ঘন্টাখানেক উনি আমাদের সেই বিষয় নিয়ে কথা বলেছিলেন। আমার মনে হয় জীবনে অত ভালো ক্লাস আমি জীবনে করিনি পরেশবাবুর সঙ্গে, ওই একদিন দুদিনের যে আমাদের মোলাকাত হয়েছিল। আর তারপরে আরেকজনের নাম করব, যিনি আমার লিঙ্গুইস্ট হিসেবে, ভাষা বিজ্ঞানী হিসেবে আমাকে পরিণত হতে সাহায্য করেছেন। তিনি অধ্যাপক পবিত্র সরকার। তার সাহচর্য আমাকে ঋদ্ধ করেছে নানাভাবে। আমার জীবনের প্রথম ভাষাতত্ত্বের সিরিয়াস কাজ, প্রমিত বাংলা ভাষার ব্যাকরণ সম্পাদনা করা এবং তাতে লেখালেখি করা বাংলাদেশে, বাংলাদেশ বাংলা একাডেমি থেকে, সেটি পবিত্রবাবু না থাকলে আমি করতে পারতাম না। সেই কাজ আমাকে ভাষা বিজ্ঞানী হিসেবে আমাকে পূর্ণতর করেছে আর কি। তো এদের সকলের প্রতি, আর সেইখানে কাজ করতে গিয়ে আরো যাদের সাহায্য পেয়েছি, যাদের সাহচর্য পেয়েছি, আর তারপরেও বলবো যে সাধারণ মানুষ যাদের সঙ্গে প্রতিনিয়ত কথাবার্তায় শব্দের, বাক্যের, ভাষার নতুন নতুন রূপ সামনে ফুটে উঠছে, সেগুলি একটা বড় জিনিস। সেগুলি কোনো বইতে লেখা থাকে না, সেগুলি কান দিয়ে শুনতে হয়। আমি একসময় শিক্ষানবিশি করেছি অধ্যাপক গৌরী ধর্মপালের কাছে। তো গৌরীদি বলতেন যে ভাষা জিনিসটা হচ্ছে কানে শোনা, কানে বাক্যের প্রবাহে কান ডুবিয়ে ভাষাকে শুনতে হয়। তো সেই কাজটা আমরা করে চলেছি, আমরা সবাই তাই করি। লিঙ্গুইস্টের আসল কাজই তাই, ভাষা বিজ্ঞানীর কাজই তাই, যে বাক্যের প্রবাহে কান ডুবিয়ে নিজেকে ঋদ্ধ করা। এইটুকুই বলার।
Thank you so much, Rajibda. Now we would like to read out some comments. The first comment is from our professor, Dr. Aditi Ghosh. She's saying that, thank you, Rajib, Soumi, Sucharita, for your valuable time. You did a great service for our students, our department, and for linguistics in general. Next, we have Risha Datta. She's saying that it was a greatly enjoyable session. I would like to thank all the three speakers and the host for engaging us in this discussion. Next, we have Shantani Patho. Really an insightful discussion. And then Meena ma'am is saying again, thank you, Rajiv, for mentioning Panditji. Okay, so I think with this, we have come to the end of today's discussion, and we would like to end here. But before that, we would like to say our thank you our gratefulness to the speakers. Thank you so much, Soumi. Thank you so much, Sucharita ji, and thank you so much, Rajib da. And we would also like to extend our thanks to Aditi ma'am and Meena ma'am for coming up with such an innovative idea, and to Obhijit sir, to Shunandan sir, and to Selvin sir for supporting us. And also, I would like to thank the organizers, and a big thanks to the audience for being with us. You are the motivations for us. And now we will end here, and we will continue tomorrow with another new topic from 11 a.m. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.
শেষ করার আগে একটা কথা বলি সবাইকে, এটা মজার কথা। আমাদের যে কোনো অনুষ্ঠানে সত্যবাবু থাকলে বলতে যে অনুষ্ঠানটু করলে খাওয়ালে তো না কিছু, তো সেইটি বলতে হচ্ছে আর কি। চা বিস্কুটও জুটলো না আর কি। যাই হোক, নেক্সট টাইম। ভালো থেকো সবাই। থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.